Hi there from a snowy and bright eve of a full moon evening. I hope that today you have all that you need and a moment of kindness with the creatures and people that move through the world with you. Today is Tuesday, February 11th. My name is Grover, and this is Grover Reads the News. I have a news update for you if you'd like to hear it. If so, keep listening. If you're joining me via Substack, there's a digest of topics below. You can choose to listen to each of them or skip a topic. You can also listen to the full version of this update, which is available at the bottom of the newsletter and wherever you listen to podcasts. If you're listening to this from Podcast Land, hello. Thanks for being with us to face the news together. You can subscribe to receive updates in your inbox at groverreadsthenews.substack.com. And with that, let's hear some news. First up, U.S. news about the Department of Education. Elon Musk's Doge Department of Government Efficiency announced that they eliminated nearly $1 billion from the U.S. Department of Education's research office and cut more than $1 billion that was used for programs ensuring diversity, equity, and inclusion in America's schools. They also terminated at least 169 contracts on Monday, essentially wiping out the federal agency's Research and Statistics Office, the Institute of Education Sciences, one of the largest funders of education research. The Institute of Education Sciences circulates data on student achievement, school crime and safety, and high school science course completion. The data is used widely by school districts and researchers to understand how students are doing and to provide metrics for accountability, such as reducing racial inequality in education. Among the projects being cut is a study exploring how to accelerate math learning for students in 4th and 5th grades, according to a document obtained by the Associated Press. That grade cohort is the cohort who spent kindergarten and 1st grade in online-only schooling during the pandemic. Next, we have U.S. news about the presidential administration executive orders and judicial rulings to block some of them. An Associated Press reporter was barred from the Oval Office signing as retaliation for the organization of the Associated Press not calling the Gulf of Mexico the, quote, Gulf of America in its reporting after the 47th president's executive order attempting to rename the body of water that is spanning the area between Mexico, the United States, and Cuba. However, Google, the #1 used navigation and mapping app in the United States, went right on and changed the name, as well as the name of Mount Denali. Denali is a name from the indigenous Koyukon language. The 47th president has insisted it should go back to being called Mount McKinley. Google also removed Black History Month and Pride Month from the holidays listed on its calendars in the United States. The New York Times reports that Monday a federal judge ruled the White House has defied its order to release billions of dollars in federal grants that the White House had, quote-unquote, frozen, marking the first time a judge has expressly declared that this Trump administration is disobeying a judicial mandate. Monday's legal actions could be a first step in a showdown between the executive and judicial branches. Over the weekend, Vice President J.D. Vance claimed in a social media post that, quote, judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power, unquote. I will note that that is exactly what is written up in the 3 branches of government in the Constitution. This week, Donald Trump also halted the enforcement of a 50-year-old anti-corruption law that prohibits U.S. firms from trying to retain or win new business with other countries by bribing government figures. Next, we have international news about the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Leaders from South and East African nations met in Tanzania this week and are calling for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where Tanzanian M23 armed militias have been attacking communities in the DRC. The latest UN figures suggest 2,900 people have been killed since early January as a result of the hostilities between M23 and armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Around 700,000 are estimated to have been displaced and thousands more injured. M23, which is made up of ethnic Tutsis, say they are fighting for minority rights, while the Democratic Republic of the Congo's government says the Rwandan-backed rebels are seeking control of the eastern region's vast mineral wealth. Next up, we have nature news about bugs that make fertilizer. There is a bug called the black soldier fly larva that can eat 4 times its body weight in organic material. Then, it poos out something farmers and scientists call frass. With over 33% of the world's soil currently degraded, depleted of the nutrients necessary for healthy plant growth, frass can play a major role in restoring soil biodiversity and quality, reports the BBC. In May of 2024, the U.S. Department of Agriculture awarded grants to 3 projects that seek to harness this soldier fly's frass for farm fields, including an Oregon-based project development company that's reweaving insects back into American agriculture to eliminate food waste, restore soil health, and produce high-quality animal feed. Go on, fly larvae. Thanks for joining me to hear the news today. Today's update came out a little later than usual because life. I'll plan to be back with you later this week with more updates. Until then, be well.